Guys, so today's video is going to be a story time video, as you can tell by the title, and this is a really crazy story time video. Like, this is my first like official like story time kind of video, and I fainted in front of The Weeknd. If you guys don't know who The Weeknd is, he's a singer and his name is Abel and he is amazing. I have been a fan of his for so long. Like, if you watch my videos, then you know that I have been a fan of him for a long time, like since he first came out. I've seen him perform in person so many times I can't count, but I fainted in front of him, and I'm going to be telling you guys the story of how that all went down. This is really embarrassing, and I can't believe this happened. Like, I'm just so like, ugh. I live in California, and The Weeknd really, he always goes to Vegas. He has a residency at Dre's, the nightclub, and so he goes to Vegas and he's at a club and he does a live performance. I've been going to see Abel in Vegas since 2013. That was my first time seeing him at a club there, and it was at Pure, which is at Caesar's Palace. So anyways, me and my friends who I met like via Twitter, like through his fan base, like we're now like legit friends and we see each other all the time. We go to Vegas to see him whenever he's there. So he was gonna be in Vegas. My grandmother had just passed away, and so I was feeling really down, like really down, and I needed to just like get out of the house. And my friend was like, yeah, I have an extra ticket, like do you want to come? Like, just come, it'll be fun. So I decided to go. I definitely needed like to get out of my house and just like to kind of release all the like sadness and stuff that had been built up since my grandmother had passed away. So I was like, okay, yeah, cool, I'll go. So I went. Now, I'm going to say that this is all so irresponsible of me, but you have to like understand I was in a lot of like emotional pain. I hadn't really lost anyone super close to me in a really long time, so I didn't know how to deal with any of this pain. It was really new. So I like definitely went overboard. So on my way to Vegas, I was drinking, and I hadn't really eaten anything the whole day. So I wasn't driving, of course. I was in the back seat, and so my two friends, Priscilla and her friend, oh, I can't remember her name. I'm sorry, I can't remember your name, but yeah, she was in the car too. So we were going to Vegas, and I started drinking right away. It was like a fruity like mixed drink, but nonetheless it was alcohol, and it was kind of a lot. So by the time we got to Vegas, I was buzzed. Like, I had probably had equivalent to somewhere around so we get to Vegas and we're getting ready, and I'm like, cool, I'm feeling good. Then I drank a little bit more like in Vegas, and yeah, I'm feeling really good. So we get dressed and like we're about to go to the club, and I realize, oh my god, I haven't eaten anything yet. So I tell my friends like, yeah, I really need to eat something, and they're like, yeah, but we need to get to the club by like 7. Here's the thing with Vegas clubs and like Dre's and the whole process of that club. There's a stage where he's gonna perform. You want to be like one of the first like 25 people to be at the club when they open the doors, because then you can go straight to the stage and stand there until he comes out. So my friends like really wanted to do that. I like to do it, but we don't usually go that early. We usually go around like 8, 9-ish. And so we went early, and so we're sitting there, and I have another drink, and my friend gets a bag of chips. So she's eating her chips, and then like I eat some too, and I'm like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna go get food because I'm hungry. So I leave, and then on my way to get the food, like I buy the food and I'm coming back, and my friend is like, oh my god, they're letting us in, like you better get here, like I'm in the front. And I'm like, oh my god. So I have to run, throw away my food and water that I just bought. Then I get to the front of the line, and like I said, I had to throw away the food and drink that I just bought, which was water, because I realized like, oh, I need to like slow down. So then we get inside the club, and we're standing in front of the stage, and my friend is like, I'm gonna go get a drink. So then she goes to get a drink, and then I'm like, yeah, you know what, I kind of want a drink too. I'm like drunk by this point. So you know, if you haven't really drank before, then you know, like once you get drunk, you're just kind of like, you just drink more. Like, I don't know how to, like, if you haven't been drunk, then you don't understand. But like when you get drunk, you just drink. Like, you don't even think about it anymore. You're just like, oh yeah, I'll take another one. I tell her, get me peach Ciroc and pineapple juice. So she like brings it back, and I drink it. And I'm feeling fine, but my stomach is like super like growling, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so hungry, I'm so hungry. I'm standing there and I'm thinking, I'm just so hungry. It's 9 o'clock. Abel doesn't come on until around 1:30 at Dre's. So I'm just standing there like, we have like 4 hours of standing here, like, ugh. So around like 12 o'clock, my stomach is like super like, I'm just like starving. I was just really hungry, really starving, really drunk, like, and I was thirsty on top of it. So I'm like, you know what, like I kind of want water. And then I turn around, and like there's a sea of people behind us. Like, there's no way no way that I can like get out to go get water unless I want to not be in the front, and that was not possible. I would lose my friends. Like, here's how many people were in front. Or not in front, but that's how many people was behind me. So there was no way that I was getting out of there. So I was like, you know what, whatever, like I'll stick it through. Abel's gonna come on in like an hour, like it'll be good. So we're there and we're standing, and Abel finally comes on, and it's like the greatest thing ever. He's performing, everything is good. And I have like video clips and stuff that maybe I'll insert, maybe I won't, I'll just show you. So this is how close I was to Abel. Like, I could touch him, like he was super close. Like, I recorded that video, and like that's why I love going to that club, because like you see everything up close and personal. He's right there, it's cool. So he's performing, and all of a sudden everything just starts to go like really like slow, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, why does everything like feel really like slow? Like, what? And I started to feel really weird. And my friend had bought a bottle of water, so I turn around and I'm looking for her to ask her like, yo, can I have some of your water, because I'm not feeling like I'm feeling weird. And then everything is really loud, like it's a club, so it's super loud, and then everything gets like almost silent. Like, I could barely hear anything, and I was like, time out, let me find my friend for real. So I'm like looking for her, and Abel's like singing, and then I feel okay again. So he like comes over and he's like talking and like singing to the crowd, and he like holds my hand, and like I'm like singing along with him. And then after that, like everything was okay, and then everything started to go slow again, and I was like, yo, like something is really wrong. So then he's getting ready to perform another song, and like he has like the mic is literally like right in front of me, if you can like see from my videos, and like he like stands there and like he like looks down at me. And then literally the next thing that I know, like we like making eye contact, and like I'm like looking at him, he's looking at me. Next thing I know, I'm like getting up off the ground, and like the bouncer's like helping me up. And I'm like, what? Like so confused, like dazed and confused. And the bouncer was like, do you know what just happened? And I was like, no, what? He was like, you literally just passed out. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah. And like I like wipe my face, and I'm like, oh. And he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And while all this is going on, he's still performing. The crowd is still like, you know, moving. Then I stand up and I'm feeling super dehydrated. Like, I'm just like, oh my God, I need water, like water. Because at Dre's, they have this fog smoke machine. And that's what started to make me feel lightheaded from the get-go. So as soon as we got into the club, it was a ton of fog just like coming out of this fog machine. And it's like right in front of us. And that's what made me feel lightheaded in the first place. Just like all this smoke. I feel like if the smoke wasn't there, I wouldn't have passed out. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. He's still performing. So I like straighten up, and I'm like looking at the stage again, and I'm like, okay. And he's still performing. So I'm like, okay. And I start singing along. And then after that song, he's like, we're going to keep this going. And like, everybody's like, yeah, like keep it going. We obviously want to see him perform more. And then everything starts to get slow again. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm kind of like, I kind of want you to be done, because I'm not feeling too good and I want to leave. And I know my friends don't want to leave. So I'm going to have to like stick it out. And so like he's performing, and he comes back to his microphone again, like where he was before, like how I fainted the first time. So he's like looking down again, and literally within like seconds of him like looking at me again, and like I pass out again. Like literally the next thing that I know, like I'm looking at Abel, he's looking at me. Next thing I know, like I'm getting picked up off the ground again. And this time, like people were screaming, like a girl was like, oh my God, like, you know, and like people are looking at me, and I'm like, oh my God. And the ground was wet because people have like drinks, and like they spill drinks, they're dancing, people are drunk. And so it was like wet down there, and like I was all wet, it was gross. And then the bouncer picks me up, and he's like, no, like we got to get you out of here. And I'm like, no, like I'm fine. He's like, no, you're not fine. And I was like, fine. So then I'm like, okay. And I realized I don't have my phone, and I'm like, where did my phone go? Because I had my phone in my hand the whole time. And I'm like on my hands and knees, like looking for my phone, and I finally find it. It's like on the other side of the stage. I pick it up, and I'm like, wait, I gotta tell my friends that you're like making me go off the little like pit thing. And I tell my friend, I'm like, yeah, like they're kicking me out of this little pit area because I fainted twice. And like Abel is still performing. He has like one more song. This is his last song that he usually always does. And she's like, okay. Leave with the bouncer, and he's like, you need to wash your face. And I'm like, no, I just need water. I'm super dehydrated. Your stupid fog machines like made it even worse. And he's like, no, you need to wash your face off. And I'm like, no, I just need water. Like, just give me water. I'll be fine if you just give me water. He's like, no, you need to wash your face off. So he just literally like tosses me in the bathroom. And then like when he tosses me in the bathroom, like I guess I fainted again because these two girls like came there like, oh my god, like we're not gonna let anything happen to you. And they're like hugging me and like reassuring me. And so like they like take me to like this little bench thing. And like I sit there and they like bring me water. And like once they bring me water, like I was a-okay, like everything was fine. Yeah, it was a traumatic experience because basically like he watched me faint. And yeah, that's something I'll never live down. I know like he knows me and the group of girls, so like we go to like see him perform. Like once we went there and like he shouted us out. So my tip to you guys is to make sure that you're always hydrated when going to see an artist if you like, that you have eaten and that you haven't drank too much alcohol, because you know that's not a good combination. Like, and you know, I don't know, it was just a really weird night. Like I said, really embarrassing. I hope and pray that he didn't think that I was fainting because he was looking me in the eyes. Like, no, I've seen you perform so many times. You've looked me in the eyes. I've got a hug from you before. Like, it's not that deep. Like, I'm not gonna faint. I haven't like, oh my god, like freaked out for a celebrity ever. So I'm for sure not fainting like for a celebrity. So I really hope and pray that he didn't think that I fainted because we were looking at each other in the eyes. Like, that's super embarrassing. Yeah, so I don't know, you guys, stay hydrated, always eat, don't drink too much alcohol, you know, especially if you're underage, don't drink any alcohol, but if you're of age, don't drink too much. That's my tip for you guys, and that's my story time of me fainting in front of the Weeknd. Really embarrassing. I have learned my lesson. I am never gonna drink that much, but like I told you guys, it was like circumstances around that, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Super embarrassing. I can't believe I fainted. I've never fainted ever before in my life. That was my first time fainting. You know, down below in the comments if you guys have had any experiences with fainting in front of celebrities or at like music festivals and stuff. I know I had someone comment on one of my Instagram videos saying that she had fainted at a music festival because it was really hot. So let me know about any of your, you know, fainting experiences. So I don't feel so bad or so dumb because I made a lot of mistakes that night. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already. And also give this video a thumbs up if you like The Weeknd's music because it's really awesome. I will link all of his stuff down below in the description box if you have not heard of him before, but I'm pretty sure at this point in his career you have heard of him.